Will and trust are two most important documents in estate planning. And if you watch my previous episode about 6 steps of estate planning, you learn a little bit about will and trust. Today we're going to talk about will versus trust. What is the difference and who really need the will and who should have living trust. So hopefully by the end of this video, you will learn what you need. Both will and living trust are perfectly legal way to distribute your wealth after your departure. The biggest difference is in time, cost, setup, and privacy. So when we're talking about time, we're talking about time of distribution. How long it's going to take to distribute your wealth after your death. So when you die with a will and your family inherited the property, then it's going to go to probate. And probate California court will make sure everything is distributed according to that will. Well, it's all good because they overseen that everything been done right. However, probates are very costly, and it's very sad for me to see because I've been selling homes and a lot of them being probates. And it's first of all, it takes from 4 to 6 months to sell property like that because it goes through all this process. And I will talk about probates in details in my next episode. So if you would like to learn more about it, then please subscribe and hit the bell button so you don't miss that episode. When you have a living trust, then it takes very quick to settle and no California courts involved. You might think what it will cost me to set up will or trust. Will are very simple to set it up and trusts are more complicated. However, I would recommend you to, if you decide to do it on your own, and it's possible and it's doable, as long as you don't have a complicated asset, then you can do it yourself, both, either will or trust. If you decided to do will or trust yourself, then I would highly recommend this book. Buy one, or you actually can go online and get a PDF copy. It's Every California's Guide to Estate Planning. It's been written by attorney Lisa Hanks. Very detailed, simple. It has right here downloadable worksheets. Let's talk about a few important functions of will and trust. Will main function is to leave all your properties, all your assets to the beneficiary and to name a guardian for your minor children. You will need an executor, the person who will be in charge of distributing your estate. And also, maybe if you have a minor children, you will need to appoint a guardian for those children. Who should have a will? Here is 5 situations the will can be a right choice for you. Number 1, you don't own a house. Number 2, you only need a guardian for minor children. Number 3, you don't care about probates and its cost. Number 4, you don't really want to consider living trust since it's more complicated and more expensive to do. And number 5, you're in trouble with creditors and you need to straighten that out first. Living trust main purpose is to avoid probates. Let's say you create a living trust and you put all your largest assets into a trust. Your real estate, your homes you own, maybe your business, maybe anything else you have. So when you die, you only have like a bank account, checking account, which is maybe there are like $10,000 or something, your car that you own, maybe your cat. So it appears like you own less than $150,000. And that's why it will not go to probate, because if you die with more than $150,000 of wealth, then you will go to probate if you don't have a trust. Who should do a living trust? If you own a house in California, if you have more than $150,000 of asset, if you in a complicated marriage, maybe like blended families, you have kids from previous marriages, you have special need kids, you don't care about cost and time consuming to set it up, all that trust, then you should consider living trust. And if you have a complicated families and blended families and kids from previous marriages, you might be able to do it on your own with help of this book, but it's recommended to get an attorney and set it up once and into the right way. And remember, living trust is a revocable trust. You can always change it. Hey, I hope you learned a lot today, and now you know the main difference between will and trust. What is it? Probates. Hey, in my next episode, I will talk more about probates and its costs. So please subscribe and click the bell button so you don't miss my next episode. Thank you so much for watching, and I see you next time.